Rochelle here, and today I'm here to share with you all some more yarn stuff. I mean, why else would I be here, right? Alright, so let's get started. The first few things that I want to show are some things that I bought. I have been on a buying binge lately, and I don't know why, but I just want to buy all the yarn things. So let me start off with a few things that I have bought. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen these things, but one thing that I bought that I've been wanting for a long time is a shawl pin. And this is by Yarnology, which is the Hobby Lobby brand. It's really pretty. It has like some nice details in there. Yeah, really like it. Can't wait to use it. Something else that I bought was I bought some stitch holders. And these stitch holders, of course, are used to hold your open stitches when you're knitting. At least I think I got that right. Because it's like when I first started crocheting, a lot of the stuff was given to me. But now that I've started knitting, like I have to actually go out and buy stuff. So I'm trying to build a kit, a really nice knitting kit. And speaking of kits, I found one also on eBay. This I bought from eBay, and there's 3 of them in here. I bought a knitting kit on eBay. Here it is. It's really nice. It's actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. So let's see what we have in here. We have some split ring holders, stitch markers. So, and we have my favorite, the locking stitch holders. I love these. Love, love, love. And we have some row counters. These are always important. I feel like I should get close to the camera. And we have some smaller ones. A smaller row counter. Let's see, what else do we have? We have some closed stitch markers. I don't know, it's gonna focus. Is it gonna focus? Okay. We have some bulb shaped stitch markers. These are really cool. Shaped like a light bulb. And then of course we have our tape measure. Nice and pink. And we have some point protectors. I think this is the big size. I got 2 of these and then a smaller size. Protect your knitting points. Also, I have some knitting needles or yarn needles. You can use these for knitting or crocheting. And then I have some cable needles, even though I do not know how to cable, not yet. Then it came with, and I don't really understand why, but it came with a seam ripper. Maybe y'all can answer this, but why would you use a seam ripper if you're knitting or crocheting? Interesting. And the last thing in here is a pair of scissors. These are really cool and safe, which I like. Because usually I don't like the ones like these that are just open all the time. I don't know, accident prone. Too dangerous for me. But it just snaps right back in there like that. So that's nice. It's really neat. So all of this came out of this one little bag, little package. Look at that. All of that came out of one kit. So I really like it. And it just slides closed like so. And then it's got a little keychain holder on it. So it's nice and has nice little compartments in it. So I'm really glad I got it. It's a really good buy. What else have I been buying? So I was talking about a shawl earlier, and so I have been watching Bob Wilson 123, aka Claire's channel, and she did a great video a few weeks ago about blocking, and she uses rust-free T-pins, and I was like, okay, I have to get some of those. So another eBay find, I bought the Boy T-pins. Let's see if it'll focus. Yep, these are the T-pins by Boy. And there's 35 of these in here. And I haven't opened this yet. I think you all can see what they look like. But they're great for blocking. And I still have not blocked my Coraline shawl yet because the shawl is so big that I have ran out of the foam mats that I use. I have to go out and buy some more because this shawl, it's bigger than I realized. Crazy. But those are my T-pins. And I bought some knitting needles. These are also from Hobby Lobby. They are a size 11, also known as an 8mm. And they're used for chunky yarn. Of course, you can use them for whatever yarn you want to. But generally, people use them with a chunkier weight yarn. Really pointy. Okay, is that all I bought? I think that's all I bought. If there's more, I'll find it later. Okay, so last Saturday maybe, I went to my local yarn store where she was having like a knit and crochet all day type of thing, and it was really cool. Just a bunch of crocheters and knitters just sitting around, you know, working on projects and talking and, you know, watching TV. I think we were watching like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which was funny because I've never watched that show before. I know, crazy, right? Just something I never was into, but they're really entertaining, that's for sure. But yeah, we sat around and crocheted and knitted and talked, and you know, I got some great advice on some tips and things like that, so it was really cool. But while I was there, of course, I had to buy some yarn. So the name of the yarn that I bought is from Universal Yarn Inc. It is Cotton Supreme DK Sea Spray. Like that. There you go. Yeah. I don't know why I even try to get this focused. But there it is. And here's the yarn. Isn't it pretty? Now, of course, you all know I love purple. And I just thought this was incredible. Now, I already started crocheting with it. The idea was to do a slouchy hat. But this yarn is really fancy. And I don't know if I want to make a hat. I don't know. I may change my mind. But I've started on it. I don't know. Maybe I should just finish it. But it's going to be a slouchy hat. I'm kind of curious though how it would look if it was knitted up. I wonder how different it would look. But I just started doing like a basic double crochet slouchy hat. But this is the yarn. And it's really nice. And let's see. It's 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 230 yards, which I thought was a lot. And so there it is. It's really pretty. And it's purple, which I love. Of course, everybody knows that already. And the great thing about going to your local yarn shop or having a local yarn shop is that you all can exchange ideas. And with me being a new knitter, I definitely need all the help I can get. I can't even pick out circular needles by myself. So thank you, Shelly at Elle's Yarn Stash, for helping me out. And while I was there, she printed out for me a free pattern. I believe it's from Ravelry, and it is called the Farm Beanie by Allison Britt. And so this is a project that she said she would help me on. And she said it was easy, but I don't know. We shall see. Looks long. I'm already getting intimidated by it and I hadn't even tried it. Also comes in a child size. Maybe I should stop looking at it because I'm getting intimidated. I mean, it looks easy, but you know, when you're new to knitting, it's not all that easy. But anyway, I think it'll be great. And I'm excited to learn how to make a hat and to learn how to use circular needles because it looks scary. That's that. Okay, so, oh, I did buy some more stuff. I knew I would find some more stuff. It's wrapped up in a project right now, but I bought a new H-hook. And as this video continues, you will see that I have an obsession with bamboo or wooden handled hooks. I love crochet hooks with a wooden handle. It's so comfortable. And right now, as you all know, I am working on a bedspread and I am making granny squares. And so I've been working on this. If you all want to know more about the quilt, about the bedspread, I think I talked about it more in my last video, so you all can go check that out. And I'm using Red Heart Classic. I'm using 3 different colors of blue to make this bedspread. And it's just a simple granny square. But this is an H-hook and I absolutely love it. It took a little time for the color to grow on me. Like, I don't even know why the color of hooks and stuff even is important to me. I don't even know why. But that's that. I also bought another hook. This is a size J. And of course it has my lovely wooden handle on it. And eventually I'm going to get wooden handle crochet hooks in every size. But so far I have just bought the ones that I use the most, which are the H, I, and J hooks. I use those the most. And here's a little question for you all. Which hook size or knitting needle size do you find that you use the most in your projects? For me, it's H, I, and J. So just let me know which size hooks or needles you all use the most in your projects. So that's that. Now you may be wondering, what am I using this J hook for? Well, as you all know, I am obsessed with the Coraline shawl that was demonstrated by Claire from Bob Wilson 123. I don't think it's her pattern. No, it's not her pattern, but she demonstrated it for someone else. And I have decided to start another one. The yarn that I'm using is this gorgeous Kaleidoscope. It is a worsted weight yarn. Isn't it pretty? It kind of reminds me of like a peacock. But it's Eurobaby. And I've shown you all this yarn before. It was from another local yarn store called Yarn Parlor. But it's fantastic. It's 100% acrylic. And it's 7 ounces, 200 grams, 442 yards. That is awesome. It's a number 4 medium weight. There's no color. It just says color 105. So that's that. And once again, it's by Eurobaby. And it is Kaleidoscope worsted. Beautiful. See? Kind of like a peacock. So this is my progress so far. Pretty. Look at the color change in that. It looks like I've used like 3 different colors of yarn, but really just one skein. That's that. Oops. Isn't that pretty? It looks even prettier now that I'm looking at it in the viewfinder. That is just, oh, gorgeous. I cannot wait to finish this. I am just going to keep working on it until I run out of yarn. And there's still a lot of yarn left in here. So this is going to be huge. This is going to be huge. The yarn does have a light fuzz to it. I'm usually not crazy about fuzzy yarn, but I really like this. I mean, it's not super fuzzy, but there's a little bit on there, just a little bit, and it's extremely soft and squishy. Love, love, love. I just have to show you all this one more time. The color is so beautiful. Like, I cannot wait to wear this. This is gonna look so nice, but by the time I finish it, it's gonna be like twice the size. It's gonna be huge. And the difference, when I made my last shawl, I used, it was Barocco DK weight yarn, and so this time it is actually a worsted weight yarn, so it's a little thicker, so it's going to be bigger. So I'm excited to see how that's going to work. Okay, I've been working on some more stuff, and I have bought some more stuff. I have went out and bought some size 13 knitting needles, which are a 9mm needle. And you're probably like, why in the world is she going out buying such big needles? And what happened to her old knitting project? Okay, so before I show you all what I'm working on, I don't know. I tried DK weight yarn knitting, I've tried worsted weight yarn knitting, and I do really well with it. But it takes forever. Oh my gosh. Like, I just felt like I was never going to finish that last scarf that I was working on. And I was like, okay, I have to get some chunky weight yarn. I need to get some bigger knitting needles, because it is taking forever to work on this scarf. So that's what I did. Look. The color that I'm using is, well, the brand that I'm using is Lion Brand yarn. This is Hometown USA, and it is the color Madison Mustard. This is it. And I bought 3 skeins of this from Walmart. Yes, 3 skeins of this from Walmart. It's really pretty. And I'm still using a simple garter stitch. Oops, entangled. There you go. And I think I'm improving, which is exciting. These knitting needles are huge. They are ginormous. But that is so nice. I love that color. It'll be perfect for fall, because knitting is so slow that it probably will be fall before I finish it. Not really, but anyway. I definitely like the chunkier weight yarn more. I'm not giving up on the smaller yarn and the smaller needles. Maybe when I start making hats, I may enjoy, you know, the smaller stuff more. But for my first project, I just want to finish something and it be quick. But I do like this yarn a lot. There you go. And I have this thing that I do with knitting and crocheting. When you're working and you haven't sewn the tail in yet, I like to knot it to keep the yarn from unraveling. Because if you see there, it kind of looks like it's going to unravel. But yeah, that's just something that I do. But I'm really excited about it. So hopefully by the next video, I would have made some more progress. Okay, so that's that. Alright, got all that over there. Okay, so the last thing that I want to share with you all is some yarn that was gifted to me, and we all love gifted yarn. Okay, so here we go. Alright, it's a whole box of yarn. Look at all that. So a friend of mine, her mom is in a nursing home, and there at the nursing home they have like a knit night and crochet night, and they kind of do like yarn swaps, you know. And her mom has some yarn, and she was, you know, giving it away. And so my friend thought of me, which is awesome. And so it's some nice good old Red Heart Super Saver yarn. I don't really use Super Saver as much as I used to. I'm kind of branching out, or at least trying to branch out with my yarn. I've been using them with Love more instead of Super Saver. Even though with Super Saver, some of the colors, you know, they don't have it with, some of the Super Saver colors don't come in the With Love line. And I really use them, like the Spring Green Super Saver and the Pumpkin Super Saver. I use those a lot, and so they don't, With Love doesn't have those colors. But anyway, here's a big box, and I think what I'm going to do with this yarn is maybe attempt some amigurumi. That should be fun. So let me just show you all what I got. So let's see. Look like she started on it. There's a bit of a chain there. I'll just undo that. This is called Delft Blue. And it's a big skein. 7 ounces. And it's actually really soft. That feels really good. I've made a hat with, it was a slouchy hat with a brim I have made using this yarn before. This feels really good. So I have 1 skein of that. I have, let's see, 2 skeins of white. And I think these are like all unused. Yeah, these have never been opened. That's really nice. So that's white. Looks like it's got something on it. But yeah, that's nice. And I got 2 skeins of red. It's really tight in this box, so I don't want to take all of these out. And I got 3 of the black skeins. They seem smaller. Oh, I know what the difference is. I thought they were all Red Heart. They're not. This is some old school Caron yarn. Caron 100% wool worsted. Luxury and warmth of pure virgin wool. Wow, I don't even work with wool yarn like that, but this would be a nice introduction to it. Look at that old label. Have you ever seen that before? Has any of y'all out there ever seen this before? That label is so old. Let's see, what year is this? I don't know. I didn't even know Caron ever made this. Yep, it says Caron right there. It's neat. I got 2 of these. Cool. And I got 2 skeins of this, and the color is called Shaded Dusk. And this is 5 ounces. Of course, we know the variegated skeins are smaller. So yeah, I think I'm going to attempt to make some amigurumi with those. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm looking around, making sure I covered everything that I wanted to. Oh yeah, I wrote this down because I didn't want to forget. In the last video, I asked you all about some hook recommendations, and I got an overwhelming response that everybody loves the Clover Amour hooks. Clover Amour. Yeah, I think I'm saying that right. But yeah, those are the ones that people really, really love. And so I'm definitely going to go out and at least try to like find one of those hooks before I buy like the whole set. Because I think the whole set is like $40 or something. But you get a lot of hooks, so I'm pretty sure it's worth the money. But I would love to own some Clover Amour hooks. That would be awesome. Also, last week I asked a question, how do you all feel about knitting in the car or while traveling? And it was like a 50-50 split. Some people were strongly against knitting. It's knitting while traveling, it's totally dangerous. And then others were like, I don't care, I knit everywhere, you know, it doesn't stop me. So that's really interesting. And I've noticed that, I don't know, maybe because it's summer, but there's been a few other YouTubers that have been talking about traveling and traveling tips and things like that, and what to travel with. And most people recommend, if you're going to travel, you know, don't leave the knitting needles, but bring a crochet hook, or maybe just bring like circular needles maybe. But the answers that I got were really interesting. People were across the board in their preferences of whether they travel with knitting needles or not. So this week's question is, do you all have a particular size hook or yarn hook or knitting needle that you all prefer, that you use most of the time? And yeah, that is it for today. I hope y'all having a super awesome week. Everything is nice and sunny and pretty here, but you know how North Carolina weather can be. It can be raining by the end of the afternoon with thunderstorms, showers, monsoons, hail. That's just the weather here. Alright, so as you all know, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Ravelry, Pinterest. Yeah, you all know what they are. eBay, Etsy. Yeah, you know where to find me. Like the same thing, usual. I haven't moved. Okay? Alright, so you all have a super awesome week. And until next time, bye!